So who are the suspects exactly? Probably that guy.
My poor leg.
No? Oh, okay. Very close to the apartment, an ideal position to watch the square. Daily local worker was injured during the accident. Alright, so there's apparently 5 eligible suspects. There's also this guy. Very close to the apartment, not wounded during accident. Could be a random pedestrian. So it's kind of balancing it out, which is interesting. Close to the apartment, could deliberately disturb lifting mechanism. Sprung cart driver was injured during accident. The injuries make me, like, think probably not. Not wounded during accident, distant from the apartment, could deliberately smash into wardrobes. Cab driver. There's also this dude, yeah. Could be a random pedestrian, not wounded during accident, angry and nervous, distant from the apartment. Alright. Oh, I already looked at that. I thought it said press A for a second.
Celebratory bunting.
Okay, so we have our 5. And we need to identify the suspects from there, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just try them all and see what happens. I'm curious. This man was found not far from the... This is the dude with the leg issue. This man was found not far from the flats where the electrical device is situated. Perhaps he had chosen the role of a workman to watch his victims in the square without raising suspicion. Or he's not a suspect. This man was injured during the accident. He is a local workman. He's a victim, the same as the others. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and just see what we can do about just labeling all the guys with... Wait, how many guys with injuries? I think there's 2 guys with injuries, right? No, hold on. There we go. We're going to label the guys with injuries and see how that works. Just because I'm thinking, like, since they have... that means that they were involved very closely with the situation, right? So, I'm just thinking, you know, maybe that has something to do with it.
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Let's try to reverse that then. Come on. There we go. How about now?
I don't think so.
Son of a bitch.
More attention to details.
All right. Well, I'll look at a few more here in a minute. I wanted to say something real quick though. This is a new recording from the last one. I want to apologize in advance, or I guess not in advance. It would be in retrospect about the syncing issues with the last video. Originally, when people were bringing up comments about that, I was under the impression that they were saying that, like, there was like a little minor issue, and I was really kind of surprised so many people were bringing it up because I knew it was there. Every video I've had to sync it up in editing, and I've done, I guess, a pretty good job up to that point. And I just thought, okay, so I just didn't do as good of a job that time. Oops. But then I went back and rewatched a later portion of it just because I was curious. I wanted to skim through the video a little bit further, and I realized it's way off past like the 15-minute mark. And the reason why, if you're curious and you didn't look at the comments, is that there was 2 copyright claims on that video by the same guy, AdRev for something. He's a bullshit copyright guy. He's basically making fraudulent claims. He made a fraudulent claim on John, Harshly Critical. I think he did one on Bowling Goddard too. He's just an asshole. And so yeah, he claimed a few videos or a few songs on the video that he does not own the rights to. And I didn't want to go through the hassle of like fighting it. I just did not want to go through all that bullshit. So I just like, fuck it, I'll just remove the songs. The problem is that YouTube's song removal, for the first time ever, tampered with it to the point where it caused the video to go completely out of sync later on. And yeah, so it was really frustrating. So I'm sorry that happened. And the best part about it is it didn't even completely remove the song, so there's still a copyright claim. The asshole's still making money off it. So anyway, we're gonna get to the game now.
That's it.
Oh, there we go. All right. Where's the constable? Right here. Okay.
Constable, I suspect 3 people here. Take them to Scotland Yard for questioning.
As long as I don't leave empty-handed, all's good and well.
I know that look, Holmes. Have you found something new?
That's right. In order to trap the cab, the killer must have known the precise route it would take. Or even, that could suggest the cab must have set out not far from here, in this very street, perhaps.
Remarkable. Holmes, I'm terribly sorry, but I must go to the hospital now to help tend to the wounded.
I understand, Watson.
But don't forget our earlier discussion. About Kate.
Ooh, alright then. Alright, so what do we have here? Resolve the murder, blah blah blah, interrogate suspects, examine the belongings of the victims and suspects at, probably at, Scotland Yard. Find out where the technical cab came from, perhaps it was not too far from the street. So that's actually something around here, I'd imagine. Alright, well, I don't want to... I just went through, like, several minutes of, you know, recording, trying to figure out who the suspects were. So we're going to go to interrogations right now, and then we'll come back here and we'll go on a treasure hunt, trying to figure that whole thing out. Let's go to Scotland Yard.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, we have a slight problem.
What happened?
One of the suspects, Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped. It was after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room. I'm sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise I...
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector
That's very true.
Lestrade here?
No, he will be absent for a couple of days. Can we keep this incident between us?
That's, I don't know, that's kind of funny. He could have just said that. He didn't have to punch me in the face. But yeah, I think we have our prime suspect now. I'm not sure who that guy was, like in relation to the other two. If he would have been the guy with the fucked up leg or who, I don't know. Anyway, let's look at some evidence. Which one is this guy? Butcher.
The initials MB. This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new.
What's in here?
Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets.
Okay, we got a guy who likes candy. What's this
The initials...
one? Okay, MB. So yeah, Butcher. Dear Mr. Butcher, your repeated absence, which is compounded by your delays with existing workload, simply cannot continue. You are responsible for a number of serious errors that your colleagues have found themselves compelled to rectify. We are sorry for this present situation, as you have always been an exemplary employee. We understand the complication of your personal situation, but if you are unable to correct your behavior in the immediate future, we shall be forced to terminate your employment. The directors of Underground Electric Railways, which is the company that owns the cart that was painted over, that had those criminals in them, or the gang members or
Reginald
whatever.
Butcher had problems with his job.
Hold on a sec. What was that new thing? According to this letter, but okay, the guy with the beard. So not the dude with the leg problem. And I think that the guy who was kind of an asshole, he didn't have a beard. So this is, I'm pretty sure the dude with his hands over his head, and was like, "I'm in shock," sort of deal. Anyway. Mr. Butcher, we have the most excellent news for you. Please arrange to visit the hospital as soon as possible so that we may conclude this matter. P.S. Her condition is stationary.
This
Looks
letter
like
from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry. At any rate, I now have an exact address.
Okay, so the handkerchief, I was just thinking about this. So Reginald Butcher and then MB, so, and it's pink. So that's probably a girl. So I'm thinking maybe his wife is like in the hospital or something, right? Like she's in bad condition. Anyway, Fowler's. Also, by the way, sorry I probably sound a little nasally. I've been out quite a bit recently, so I think I might be getting a little bit of allergies or something. So sorry if it's
Big
annoying.
leather gloves. They're probably insulating. Whiskey. Of poor quality. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette. My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon and my faith.
Alright, so we got a very religious guy. Benjamin, my son, I would be so pleased if you could join me in join me and help lead our next charity banquet, which is due to take place on Sunday after the service. Your goodwill brings such joy, and I know that I may, excuse me, and know that I may rely upon you. Remember how your life began in sin, your feeling rejected and alone in the world, and how you turned to the criminal path. But you found the strength within you to make the change. You became a good man. Our Lord will have mercy upon you. I shall always be happy to see you in our church, my son. God bless you, Pastor Gordon. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, so this guy's like... This guy was a criminal, and I guess he's like born again, you know? Okay, so we got electrocution. Reginald Butcher has received a written warning from his employer. Mr. Fowler, okay, yeah. Criminal in the past, Benjamin Fowler was a bandit when he was young, but he has since changed his ways. I'm not sure which one that guy is. But I'm pretty sure Butcher's the dude who ran, right? I'm pretty sure. I thought he said Reginald or something like that. The cop, I mean.
Electrical wires. A book. Karl Heinzen's 1848 Der Mord, with a bookmark.
Dear Mr. Garrett, we are obliged to inform you that despite your expropriation, you are still in debt to a considerable sum of money. We would request that you contact our payment service as soon as possible. Otherwise, we shall be obliged to involve the police in this unfortunate matter. Mr. Stewart, financial director. Okay, so this guy's in debt to the bank. Wait, is that... No, that's not it. Oh, the bookmark. Okay.
This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett.
If you have to blow up half a continent and create a bloodbath in order to destroy the barbarians' party, you can be deemed to possess neither scruples nor conscience. Anyone who would not happily sacrifice his own life for the honor of exterminating 1 million barbarians is not a true Republican. And then the bottom it says, I agree, such clear-sightedness. Okay, then, oh, alright.
The belongings of the victims, Rasco and his acolyte.
Right, so these are the two
A
criminals.
standard deck of playing cards. A normal pocket knife.
These were the guys that were in the electric company's car.
Rasco is fond of licorice. Huh. A Webley revolver. A police report about Rasco. He's only a minor criminal.
Also known as Rasco, leader of a small local gang whose members can be identified by the gang's motif, a dog tattoo. I almost said drog. The gang has been involved in frequent violence, robbery, pickpocketing, etc. Wait, is that it? Yeah, okay. So time for some interviews. We only got 2 people to talk to, I guess. Because one of them ran. Already not a good sign. Oh, hey. Oh, you're the born again.
Please,
okay.
escort this suspect for interrogation.
This is the dude that the constable was getting all over his ass for.
Good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation.
I'm Benjamin Fowler, and I was arrested by mistake. I swear it.
You have not been arrested, Mr. Fowler. You are here as a witness.
Oh, but I saw nothing. I swear. Let me go.
All right, let's analyze this guy. What's your deal? Oh, interesting. Dog tattoo. That's right, and he's scratched it off. That's pretty cool. I mean, like as a story element, not that he literally ripped his skin off, but you know, religious. We know he's religious. Calloused hands, manual worker. So this guy's for real. Like, I mean, he's not just bullshitting. He, like, literally tore at his own neck to try to get the tattoo off. That's commitment. You're, like, this guy's either a very committed, still criminal, or he really is innocent here. Improvised bandage, injured leg. Okay, I must have missed something. Ah, here we go. Yellow nails. I'd say he's probably a smoker, right? Yeah, okay. No indication that he was sick, you know? Benjamin Fowler, a man in his 40s, is a manual worker. He is involved with the reconstruction work of the statue in the square, which explains his presence at the scene of the accident and his resulting leg injury. Mr. Fowler has a dog tattoo, a gang member's mark, which he attempts to hide. Yellow nails identify him as a heavy smoker. He's a religious man. Go get that out. There we go.
Could you tell me what you were doing at the scene of the accident?
I was working on the square's statue. I work for the council, I swear it.
Do you ever work with electricity?
Yes, sometimes. I repair electric lampposts, but I'm not a specialist. I swear it. It's new, isn't it? And complex, and dangerous.
I understand.
Mr. Holmes, I know you're a great detective and you understand me, so please let me go. I know nothing, I swear...
Yes, you swear it, I know. Mr. Fowler, does the name Rasco ring any bells with you?
First time I ever heard it, I swear.
But your tattoo resembles his. You are in his gang, are you not?
No. It was a long time ago. I already forgot. I swear it. I just picked a few pockets for him when I was a young fellow. But I ain't proud of what I did. All my family, my parents, my brothers, dogs and cats all died when I was a lad. I wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Okay, here's the thing. We do have a motive, technically. So, he could have a potential motive to want to kill these gang members. Wait. Yeah, exactly. So he could have a potential motive to want to kill these gang members because he used to work for them, and he resents them for putting him in that position. But at the same time, he might look at them as kind of family and be like, look, these guys gave me help when nobody else would. And also I'm born again, so I really doubt this is the guy, just for the simple fact that, like, he seems to be rather committed to the whole not being a criminal thing anymore. And, killing people is kind of a crime, so I would be surprised if he was the dude.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation.
This guy is a prick. I remember him, so I have a feeling that I'm going to come away with this with a little bit less positive feelings.
Why am I here?
You are a witness to murder.
Of course. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the police jailed an innocent man in order to close a case.
No one has been charged yet.
Yet.
Okay. He's got a lot of weird stuff on his face. Is that grime? What is that? Pale face. He's ill. Yeah, he's coughing, so that's probably what it is. The badge. An anarchist symbol. Okay, that makes sense. Worn clothes. He's poor. Blacks. Okay, he's got... Wait, what is it called? Silicosis. Alright. And he has an electrical burn. Probably works with electricity. Yeah, there you go. Thomas Garrett is an aggressive person who wears the symbol of an anarchist. He dislikes the police and most probably all authority. It is obvious that he is poor and as his clothes are old and worn. Mr. Garrett exhibits black sputum through his coughing, which is a symptom of silicosis. Garrett is ill. A specific burn upon his finger reveals that he must work with electricity.
Did you perhaps see anything in particular during or after this disaster?
Yes. I saw part of your bourgeoisie burn up and explode. It was spectacular.
Why did you remain in the square? Why not seek shelter?
Like the rest of the sheep, there were some wounded comrades, workers. I wanted to help them.
You have a severe cough. Are you suffering?
It's only a cold.
Why not be honest with me? You are spitting up black fluid.
Ah, well observed. Yes, I have enough coal dust in my lungs to fuel an entire London district.
You were a miner then?
Since the age of 13, yes. At the Newcastle mines. 15 years of hell. Those were bloody times. But now it's over. I don't want to die in those holes like my father and my brothers did, in order to line the pockets of the rich.
Do you have any electrical knowledge?
How'd you know about that? You a mind reader?
There are electrical wires amongst your belongings.
Clever. Yes. I teach electrics to my comrades, since I'm currently without paid work. I'm self-taught, so we're not as dumb as you might think. and I don't want to work for bosses anyway.
Alright then, so... Huh. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not really coming away thinking this guy did it either, because, I mean, he specifically said he wants to help, or he wanted to help people who were injured in the whole situation, and maybe that's, like, just sort of a guilt thing. I'm not really sure. But, yeah, I don't know, like, he also seems like the easy one to want to say is, like, the killer, like, the guy that you think murdered people because he's kind of a dick, right? So, we still got one more person to interview, it seems, so maybe he did it. Actually, you know what? Before we go on to interview anybody else, let's go ahead and look at our deductions here. Okay, so we've got an anarchist. Thomas Garrett is a supporter of the anarchist party. Thomas Garrett owes a large sum of money. Okay, there we go. Anarchists oppose the state, capitalism, and market relations, but Thomas Garrett is in debt to the bank. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense, you know. Electrocution and... God damn it. And Mr. Garrett's side job. There we are. Insufficient knowledge. The electrical trap for the technical cab was arranged by a professional. Thomas Garrett would not have had sufficient knowledge, or he does have sufficient knowledge. As Thomas Garrett teaches electricity, he would have sufficient knowledge to make the trap for the cab. Absolutely. I mean, if he's teaching people how to do the shit, he definitely has the knowledge to do it, right? You know? But that doesn't necessarily make him guilty. It just means that, you know, that makes sense why he could do it. Alright, let's see. The gang tattoo for Fowler. I don't think those two would go together, no. But Benjamin Fowler sometimes repairs electric lampposts. He's not a specialist. Fowler sometimes works with electricity, but he is not a specialist, and it is doubtful that he would know how to create such a deadly trap. Or, Fowler has sufficient knowledge to repair electric lampposts, which could have enabled him to create the deadly trap for the car. Well, here's the thing. He does, like he said, he knows, but he's not an expert, right? So I feel like this kind of requires, I don't know, expert necessarily, but it requires good knowledge to be able to create something like this, with all of its intricacies. So we're gonna go with not specialist, especially since I don't really buy him as the guy who did it in any capacity. It just doesn't make sense. So, but it's subject to change, I suppose. Let's see. Is there anything else? Reginald Butcher has received a written warning. I don't think anything else is going to go together. So, I think we've got all our deductions for now. Let's move on to Butcher. Alright, so we're at a hospital.
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
It's not his wife, it's his kid. Shit. That's worse. Wow. Alright, well... Oh, there we are. Yeah, that's the guy.
Merrill Butcher.
MB. There you go.
A young woman lost her life.
Ah. Judith... Okay, so this was his wife.
Butcher's wife.
Yeah, she's already dead. Alright, Mr. Butcher, I can confirm that we are willing to admit your daughter into the care of our hospital. You will be responsible for the travel expenditure, naturally taking all appropriate precautions due to the delicate state of your daughter. Additionally, you must attend to any accommodation costs and all medical attention. The final bill cannot be summarized within this letter. It will depend, of course, upon your daughter's condition, but I must warn you that the sum may be considerable. So this is going to be a lot of money to be able to...
At Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm.
So this is going to be a lot of money for him. Oh, she's on life support. Jesus. She got like a little doll down there.
Mr. Reginald Butcher, I come from Scotland Yard. Might we talk?
All right, but not too loudly. She's finally asleep.
Is she your daughter?
My pretty little Merrill. She's very ill. Now look, I'm sorry I ran, but I had to see Dr. Blowberry today, and the policeman wouldn't listen.
Don't worry, I understand now.
Alright, let's examine this guy real quick. I guess they're not going over his eyes. What, really? Nothing? So, okay, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much, but he's either been crying or he has not slept very much at all lately. Railway worker. Shabby expensive waistcoat. Was once prosperous, probably? And just he has not had time to work. Yeah, because he has a job, right? He has a job. So he's he's just not been able to get around because, you know, of his daughter's situation and all that. Wedding ring. He was married, really. Shiny shoes, recently cleaned. Daughter's gift. Yeah, there you go. Reginald Butchard, a married man, holds the position of railway worker. He is depressed due to the illness of his daughter, of whom he is extremely fond. You would assume so. It's his fucking daughter. His shoes are shining. They have no doubt been recently cleaned. His expensive waistcoat, now in a shabby condition, reveals that he was previously a prosperous man. Mr. Butcher loves his daughter and is not ashamed to wear a child's bracelet to display his affection.
Can she be cured?
It'll take a long time, but I'm confident that we'll win this fight. I can't bear to think otherwise.
Yes, it's probably just a question of money.
What are you talking about? It's a question of willpower, and my daughter will win.
Browse the evidence. The amount requested... Okay, yeah, treatment of Meryl Butcher. Okay.
I do hope so. Although the treatment at the Karolinska University Hospital is very expensive.
Yeah, it's our only hope. Thanks to the good Dr. Blowberry, she finally has a bed. We're going out next week. It's our last chance. Do you have children?
Yes, I have a daughter too.
We'd sacrifice our lives for our children, would we not?
Yes. Of course, yes. What do you do for a living, Mr. Butcher?
I work at the office of the Underground Electric Railways Company.
Then you must be familiar with electrical devices.
I am indeed. Why do you ask?
It is of no consequence, but tell me, what are the reasons behind the problems you're experiencing at work?
Problems? What do you mean?
Letter from Butcher's job, I would assume. Yeah.
You have already received a written warning.
Yes. I'm often late to work. My boss doesn't understand my situation. It's difficult since my daughter became ill.
I see. Coincidentally, we found one of your company's cabs in the square where the accident occurred.
That's right. Yeah.
Why is it there?
I have no idea. Do you?
No. But a week ago we had a technical cab stolen, along with its tools. Do you think that could be the one?
It's possible.
Sounds like this is our guy. So, I mean, obviously we don't have all the pieces. But I'm guessing that we're going to figure out some sort of motivation of his daughter being here as to why he is involved in the situation. Not to mention the fact that his company's car is in it. Yeah, it seems a little too convenient for it to just be a coincidence, you know. Okay, so we got a couple more things now. Electrician Reginald Butcher works for the Underground Electric Railways Company and therefore knows the layout of the London sewers. Reginald Butcher knows how to work with electricity because of his job. Reginald Butcher knows how to work with electricity. It's his job. He would have been able to trap the cab. Yeah, there you go. Alright, problems at work. Yeah, there we are. Reginald Butcher has problems at work due to the time off he has taken to visit a seriously ill daughter. Is there anything else? I think that's it. Well, I thought already... Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay, so we've got to go back to the site of the accident and try to figure out... What was it exactly? Find out where the technical cab came from. So we got to figure that out. So the next course of action is to try to figure out where the technical cab came from. So I guess we need to go back to the accident site. Yep, here we go. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh god, move. Welcome. Jesus. Seed house. Alright, fuck it. So, this little building here is the staff building, I believe.